Welcome to the world of DIY bracelets. Making your own jewelry is a very fun hobby. Lots of people love to create things with their hands. DIY bracelets are especially popular right now. You can see them everywhere, from fashion magazines to social media posts. The best part about making your own bracelets is that they are unique. No one else will have one exactly like yours. You get to choose the colors, the beads, and the style. This means your bracelet can perfectly match your personality or your favorite outfit. It is a wonderful way to show who you are. Creating something beautiful can make you feel very proud. When you wear a bracelet that you made yourself, it feels special. People might ask you where you got it. You can smile and say, "I made it." This is a great feeling. DIY jewelry making is also a relaxing activity. You can sit down with your beads and tools. You can forget about your worries for a little while. It is a good way to be creative and calm. Plus, handmade bracelets make thoughtful gifts for friends and family. They will love getting something made with care. In this guide, we will learn how to make amazing bracelets. We will use colorful clay beads that you make yourself. We will also use tiny, shiny seed beads. It might sound a little tricky at first, but do not worry. I will show you every step. We will go slowly and explain everything clearly. You will learn how to make the clay beads from scratch. Then, you will learn how to bake them, so they are strong. After that, we will explore the pretty world of seed beads, and how to string everything together to make beautiful patterns. Get ready to have a lot of fun. You will soon be making your own collection of beautiful bracelets. You can make them for yourself. You can make them for your friends. You can even start a new hobby that you love. We will cover everything you need to know. This includes what to buy and how to put it all together. So, let's get our creative hands ready. Let's dive into the colorful and exciting world of DIY clay and seed bead bracelets. You are going to be a bracelet-making star in no time at all. Before we start making our lovely bracelets, we need to gather our supplies. Having the right materials and tools makes everything much easier and more fun. First, let's talk about the clay. We will use polymer clay for our beads. Polymer clay comes in many wonderful colors. You can buy small blocks of different shades. You will also need a smooth work surface. A ceramic tile or a piece of wax paper works very well. This keeps your clay clean and protects your table. Don't forget some baby wipes or a damp cloth to clean your hands and tools between colors. Next, you will need some tools for working with the clay. A craft knife or a thin blade is useful for cutting the clay. You will also need something to make holes in your beads. A needle tool, a toothpick, or a skewer is perfect for this. An acrylic roller or a small rolling pin helps to flatten the clay evenly. If you want to make perfectly round beads, a bead roller tool can be very helpful, but it's not essential. You can roll them by hand too, and of course you will need an oven to bake your clay beads. Make sure it's an oven you can dedicate to crafts, or use an oven thermometer to ensure correct temperature. Now let's think about the seed beads. Seed beads are tiny beads that come in many colors and finishes. You will want a variety of these. They are usually sold in small bags or tubes. We will also need stringing material. Elastic cord is great for beginners because it's stretchy and easy to tie. Jewelry wire, like beading wire, is also a good choice for a more professional look. If you use beading wire, you will need crimp beads and crimping pliers. These help to secure the ends of your bracelet. Scissors are also very important for cutting your stringing material. Finally, you will need clasps if you are not using elastic cord. There are many types of clasps like lobster clasps or toggle clasps. Choose ones that you like and that are easy to open and close. A bead mat or a piece of felt can be helpful to stop your beads from rolling away while you work. A ruler will help you measure your bracelet length. Having a few small bowls to hold your different beads can also keep your workspace tidy. Gather all these items, and you will be ready for a fantastic crafting session. Making your own clay beads is a very rewarding part of this project. You get to create custom beads that are truly one of a kind. First, you need to prepare your polymer clay. This is called conditioning. Take a piece of clay from the block. Start to knead it with your hands. You can roll it, squeeze it, and fold it. The warmth from your hands will make the clay softer and easier to work with. Keep conditioning the clay until it is smooth and pliable, without any cracks. This step is very important for strong and beautiful beads. Once your clay is conditioned, you can start forming your beads. Decide on the size and shape you want. For simple round beads, take a small piece of conditioned clay. Roll it between the palms of your hands. Try to make it as round as possible. You can also roll it on your clean work surface. If you want oval beads, roll the clay into a ball first. Then gently roll it back and forth to elongate it slightly. For cube-shaped beads, you can roll a thicker snake of clay and cut it into small, even pieces, then gently shape the cubes. After you have shaped your bead, you need to make a hole in it. This hole is for the string to go through later. Take your needle tool, toothpick or skewer. Carefully push it through the center of your bead. It is best to do this while the clay is still soft. Try to make the hole straight. You can gently twist the tool as you push it through. If you're making round beads, piercing them before they are perfectly round can sometimes distort them. So some people prefer to make the hole and then give the bead one last gentle roll to smooth it out. You can make many beads at once. Try to make them similar in size if you want a uniform look for your bracelet. Or, you can make beads of different sizes for a more playful design. If you are using multiple colors of clay, make sure to clean your hands and tools when switching colors. This prevents the colors from mixing unintentionally, unless of course you want a marbled effect. To do that, you can twist 2 or more colors together before rolling them into beads. This creates beautiful swirls. Lay your finished unbaked beads carefully on a baking tray lined with paper or cardstock. Shaping your clay beads with care will make them look more professional. For consistent sizes, you can use a small cookie cutter to cut out clay circles first. Then, roll these circles into beads. This helps if you want all your round beads to be the same size. Another tip is to use a ruler. You can measure the piece of clay before you roll it. If you are making long, tube-like beads, roll out a snake of clay. Then, use your craft knife and a ruler to cut even segments. Remember, practice makes perfect. Your first few beads might not be perfect, but you will get better with each one. When it comes to baking your polymer clay beads, following the instructions is very important. Different brands of polymer clay have different baking times and temperatures. Always check the packaging for your specific clay. Usually you bake them at a low temperature around 230 to 275 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 30 minutes. It is a good idea to use an oven thermometer. This helps you make sure your oven is at the correct temperature. Ovens can sometimes be hotter or cooler than what the dial says. Baking at the right temperature ensures your beads are strong and not brittle. To bake your beads, place them on a baking surface. A ceramic tile or a piece of thick cardstock on a baking sheet works well. Some people like to suspend their beads on skewers or a bead baking rack. This helps to keep round beads perfectly round and prevents flat spots. If you lay them flat, one side might get a little flattened. If you use skewers, make sure the holes in your beads are large enough for the skewers to fit through easily. This method also helps the heat circulate all around the beads for even baking. After baking, let your beads cool down completely before you handle them. They will be soft when they first come out of the oven. They harden as they cool. Once cooled, your beads should be hard and durable. If they seem too fragile, they might not have baked long enough or at the correct temperature. You can test one by trying to gently flex it. If you want your beads to be shiny, you can apply a polymer clay glaze after they have cooled. This also helps to protect any surface details or paint you might have added before baking. Section 5. Tiny Wonders Understanding Different Seed Beads. Seed beads are tiny, beautiful beads that add sparkle and detail to your bracelets. They come in many types, sizes, colors, and finishes. Understanding a little about them will help you choose the best ones for your designs. One common type is rocaille seed beads. These are usually small and rounded like tiny donuts. They are very versatile and come in a huge range of colors. They are great for filling spaces between larger beads or for creating delicate patterns. They are often sold by size like 11/0 or 8/0. The larger the number, the smaller the bead. Another popular type is delica beads. Delica beads are made in Japan and are very uniform in shape. They are perfectly cylindrical like tiny tubes. This makes them ideal for bead weaving patterns where precision is important. They fit together very neatly. While they can be a bit more expensive, their quality and consistency are excellent for detailed work. Czech seed beads are also highly regarded. They come in many beautiful shapes, including round, bugle, long tubes, and even flower or leaf shapes. They are known for their quality and vibrant colors. Seed beads also come in different finishes. A transparent finish means the bead is clear or see-through colored glass. An opaque finish means the bead is solid color and you cannot see through it. Matte beads have a non-shiny, frosted look. Metallic beads have a shiny, metal-like coating. Luster or pearl finishes give a soft, pearly sheen. AB or Aurora Borealis is a special iridescent coating that reflects many colors. Choosing different finishes can add a lot of texture and interest to your bracelets. Mixing matte and shiny beads can create a beautiful effect. When buying seed beads, pay attention to the size. The most common sizes for bracelet making are 11/0, 8/0, and 6/0. Size 11/0 are quite small, great for delicate work. Size 8/0 are a bit larger and easier to handle for beginners. Size 6/0 are even larger and can be used as small accent beads or for projects that need bigger beads. Make sure the whole size of your seed beads is compatible with your stringing material. Most seed beads will fit on standard elastic cord or beading wire, but it's always good to check. Having a variety of seed beads on hand will inspire many creative designs. Section 6. Stringing your story, combining clay and seed beads. Now for the really exciting part, bringing your handmade clay beads and colorful seed beads together to create a bracelet. First, decide on your design. Do you want a symmetrical pattern, or something more random and playful? Lay out your beads on your bead mat or work surface. Arrange them in the order you want to string them. This helps you see how the colors and shapes will look together. You can try out different combinations until you find one you love. This planning stage is very important for a beautiful finished piece. Next, measure and cut your stringing material. If you are using elastic cord, cut a piece that is a few inches longer than your desired bracelet length. This gives you extra cord to tie the knot easily. For an average adult wrist, about 7 to 8 inches is a common length, so cut maybe 10 to 11 inches of elastic. If you are using beading wire, cut it a bit longer too, to allow for attaching the clasp. A good way to measure your wrist is to wrap a flexible measuring tape around it, or a piece of string that you can then measure with a ruler. Add about ½ an inch to an inch for comfort. Start stringing your beads according to your planned design. You can use a beading needle if your stringing material is thin, like thread, or if the bead holes are very tiny. However, for most elastic cord and beading wire, you can usually just thread the beads on directly. Begin with a larger clay bead as a focal point, or start with a pattern of seed beads. You could alternate your handmade clay beads with sections of colorful seed beads. For example, string 3 seed beads, then 1 clay bead, then 3 more seed beads, and repeat. This creates a lovely rhythm in your design. Think about color combinations. You can create a monochromatic bracelet using different shades of one color. Or make a rainbow bracelet with all the colors you love. You can also match the seed bead colors to the colors in your clay beads. For instance, if your clay bead has blue swirls, use blue seed beads next to it. Don't be afraid to experiment. Sometimes unexpected combinations look the most interesting. Keep stringing your beads until your bracelet reaches the desired length. Check the length by gently wrapping it around your wrist as you go. Section 7. Securing your masterpiece. Adding clasps and finishing ends. Once all your beautiful beads are strung, it is time to finish your bracelet. How you do this depends on the stringing material you used. If you used elastic cord, finishing is quite simple. Bring the 2 ends of the elastic cord together. Tie a surgeon's knot. A surgeon's knot is like a regular square knot, but you loop the cord through an extra time on the first part of the knot. This makes it more secure. Pull the knot very tight. For extra security, you can add a tiny dab of strong craft glue like E6000 or super glue to the knot. Let the glue dry completely. After the knot is secure and any glue is dry, carefully trim the excess elastic cord close to the knot. Try to hide the knot inside one of your larger beads if possible. Gently slide the bead over the knot. This gives your bracelet a neat and professional finish. Stretchy bracelets are great because they are easy to put on and take off. They do not need a clasp, which makes them perfect for beginners or for a more casual look. Make sure your knot is really tight before trimming, as you don't want your beautiful beads to scatter. If you used beading wire, you will need to attach a clasp. For this, you will typically use crimp beads or crimp tubes and crimping pliers. Slide a crimp bead onto one end of the beading wire, then thread on one part of your clasp, like the loop part of a lobster clasp. Pass the end of the wire back through the crimp bead, creating a small loop that holds the clasp. Pull the wire snug, so the loop is small but the clasp can still move freely. Make sure there is no slack in your main beaded section. Now, use your crimping pliers to secure the crimp bead. Crimping pliers have 2 notches. First, use the back notch, closer to the handle, to crush the crimp bead into an oval shape. Then, turn the crimp bead 90 degrees and place it in the front notch. Squeeze gently to fold the crushed bead in half, creating a neat, small bead. This locks the wire in place. Trim any excess wire close to the crimp bead. You can cover the crimp bead with a crimp cover for a more polished look. Repeat this process on the other end of the bracelet with the other half of your clasp. Section 8, Inspiration Station, Creative Bracelet Design Ideas. Sometimes all you need is a little spark of inspiration to get your creative ideas flowing. Let's explore some fun design concepts for your clay and seed bead bracelets. One lovely idea is a nature's palette bracelet. For this, make your clay beads in earthy tones like greens, browns, and terracotta. You can even try to make clay beads that look like small stones or pieces of wood. Combine these with seed beads in shades of sky blue, leafy green, or warm sunset orange. This design brings a touch of the outdoors to your wrist and feels very calming. Another fun idea is a monochromatic magic bracelet. Choose one main color that you love, for example blue. Then create clay beads in various shades of blue. Light blue, dark blue, teal. You can also make some clay beads with white mixed in for a marbled effect. For the seed beads, use different finishes of blue. Matte blue, shiny blue, transparent blue, and maybe some silver or white seed beads as accents. This type of bracelet looks very chic and sophisticated. It is a great way to highlight your favorite color. How about a rainbow delight bracelet? This is always a cheerful choice. Make your clay beads in all the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. You can make each clay bead a solid color. Or, you could try making striped clay beads. String them in rainbow order. Between each colorful clay bead, you can add a small section of white or clear seed beads to make the colors pop, or use matching colored seed beads. This bracelet is sure to bring a smile to your face every time you wear it. For a more geometric or modern look, try a bold shapes design. Create clay beads in interesting shapes like cubes, flat discs, or long tubes. You could use bold, contrasting colors like black and white or bright primary colors. Arrange these clay beads with metallic seed beads like silver, gold, or gunmetal. You can create patterns like cube bead, 3 silver seed beads, disc bead, 3 silver seed beads. This style is very contemporary and can make a real statement. Remember, these are just starting points. Let your imagination run wild and create designs that are uniquely you. Section 9. Your beading journey begins. Congratulations! You have learned all the basic steps to create your very own beautiful clay and seed bead bracelets. We started by talking about how fun and popular DIY jewelry is. We then listed all the important materials and tools you need to get started on this creative adventure. You now know how to condition polymer clay. You also know how to roll, shape, and pierce it to make your unique clay beads. These handmade beads are the heart of your special bracelets. They make each piece truly personal and one of a kind. We also explored tips for perfecting your clay beads. This includes how to get consistent shapes, and very importantly, how to bake them correctly so they are strong and last a long time. Then we dived into the sparkling world of seed beads. You learned about different types like rocaille and delicat. You also learned about various sizes and finishes that can add so much texture and interest to your designs. Understanding your materials is key to making beautiful jewelry. Remember to choose colors and styles that you love. The most exciting part was learning how to combine your clay beads and seed beads. We talked about planning your design and stringing the beads onto elastic cord or beading wire. You learned how to create patterns and balance colors. We also covered the crucial final steps, how to securely finish your bracelets. This includes tying strong knots for elastic bracelets, and it includes using crimp beads and clasps for bracelets made with beading wire. These finishing touches make your bracelets look professional and ensure they are wearable. Now it is your turn to start creating. Do not be afraid to experiment with different colors, shapes, and patterns. The design ideas we discussed are just to get you started. The possibilities are endless. Remember that your first few attempts might not be perfect, and that is completely okay. Practice is part of the fun. Each bracelet you make will be a learning experience. Most importantly, enjoy the process of making something beautiful with your own hands. Wear your creations with pride or share them as heartfelt gifts. Happy beading!